Welcome to the mess hall. That wasn't good.
It was okay. I had a little gas come up in the middle of it.
I'm Andrew Youngblood.
And I'm Jamie Ronan.
Fuck off.
And this is look, I decorated a little for Halloween. We got a creepy thing and another. We got a wolf and your worst nightmare.
Right this way, the show's starting. We never dream of starting without you.
That kind of fits.
That's pretty good. Yeah, he's got a lot of catchphrases. I've pushed him 5 times and I've yet to see him say a repeat. Push it again. Let's see what it says. This is what this is. But can you hear that, Ben?
A little bit. Yeah, we can
All right.
boost it later.
Good.
That's it. Come closer. I've got something for you.
Oh yeah, that's rapey as hell.
That's so rapey.
I have heard that one before. That's pretty good.
I've got something. It makes me think of that South Park song.
Same music in the background, just howls.
Doesn't bother me.
Yeah, but that one does.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
I don't like it.
I like it. I'm a fan. I'm in the Halloween spirit. Did you see how much I decorated?
I love dead things. I love creepy things. I watch surgeries live online. I love blood.
That's not Halloween.
Yeah, that's just
That's just
weird.
watching weird videos. I watch a lot of horse hoof surgeries. You watch those or cow hooves?
No.
The Hoof Doctor. It's
Actually-
fucking good, dude. Check this out. Check out this
The
surprise.
Hoof Doctor?
Pull up the Hoof Doctor. A quick video for us, Ben.
Okay. pulling it up.
Ladies,
Look at
he's
this.
single.
Look at this, though. Watch this.
It's called the Hoof Doctor that you're talking about?
Yeah, or just hoof surgery or like fixing a hoof. It's all over TikTok and Instagram.
Is it like
and all that
Dr.
stuff.
Pimple Popper?
Oh, it's
but
a lot like that, but with disgusting ass pus filled hooves.
I love pus. I love pus.
Check this out. What
Oh,
Ben
no.
did.
Yeah, we got it. Hold on one second.
God damn
We're
it,
skipping
Ben.
the ads.
What
Did you
ads?
guys prepare
Oh, you're watching the
this
ads.
Yeah.
before I came?
Check this out.
Well, why like that? You can't even see anything. There we
You
go.
can't- You can't see it?
Hardly.
He
Can't
does,
hear it.
We can do it bigger.
he does not look like a doctor.
There we go.
For those in the audio medium, there's a dude in a beanie and an apron and gloves.
Let's fast forward through this.
He doesn't
little
look like
bit.
a doctor, and he's in a cow pen.
That's the guy I'm talking about. Here we go.
Oh.
Here we go.
That's
Hoof
the
close
stuff.
up.
They just fucking cut it open. They pull fucking rocks out. Pus goes flying, and we are glitching.
God, that's satisfying.
That's pretty cool.
But it's pretty good. I don't know. All right, we're trying to be more technologically advanced at the podcast, and so now we bring you glitchy videos. Pretty good. Pretty good.
We're also trying to learn how to say the word technologically at the podcast.
Listen, you had time to prepare for that because you heard me struggle with it.
That's true.
So.
I did try to get a little like newsy intellectual at one point in my set, and no one liked it. No one wants to hear
No,
that.
not from you.
Honestly, everybody's just trying to have a good time. No one wants to be serious.
I don't like to talk about politics too much.
It wasn't I made a Palestine joke. I think it was too soon.
Is it too soon? That thing's going on for a long time. I know. That's been going on forever. Dude.
Is it? It's not soon enough.
Yeah, I don't know. Here's the thing: I'm so ignorant. This is how ignorant I am. I don't know what side I'm supposed to choose. I don't know what's the good side or what's the bad side. I have no idea, and I see people posting many different things, and I'm like, I don't even know what I'm supposed
Can
to
I
do.
speak on it? Because
I'd
I know
rather
like
not,
Joffer
but-
is your friend. I'm just gonna
Yeah,
really
I saw
quickly.
Joffer do it, but then I've seen other people post opposing things, and I'm like, I don't know. who
He
I'm supposed
wrote very like calmly and like and intelligently, but here's the problem. I think people keep confusing Jewish people with the government and Netanyahu and the IDF. It's not the same thing, and people keep confusing regular Palestinian people, good people, with Hamas. So like
I love hummus.
the people I love hummus too. It's problematic as Jews how much we love hummus.
Well, I do. I think everybody loves hummus. That's not just a Jew thing. That's literally everybody.
But legitimately, I'll say this and then we can be done with it. But
I was done with it when you started.
Jewish people
This
are
is
not
how that set went.
Jewish. That was one joke. Actually, my set went really well. I'm like giddy. So Jewish people and the IDF are not the same thing. Yes, the IDF and the Israeli government have committed terrible crimes.
But who
And
hasn't?
There are like people who
Kidding,
are
I'm
like,
not standing up
you
for
know, in the Jewish Palestinian orchestra about like, let's come together. They're good people, like regular people on both sides, just trying to live. And then like, of course, terrible, powerful people trying to ruin that. So yeah. Anyway, nobody's right as far as the people at the top, but the regular everyday Palestinians and Israelis are
There's
just
a lot
trying
of losers in it.
are
Like,
trying to
no one's
live.
winning.
Yeah.
Everyone's losing. A lot of people are dying. Not good. Welcome to the comedy podcast.
But I think it's something big happening in the world, and I know we're not supposed to talk about politics,
is.
but we are.
Hasn't it been going on forever though?
We're both
Did something
slightly
new
Jewish.
happen?
Yeah, so there was like a shock surprise invasion where, by the way, 12 Americans were killed at a music festival. That's part of the joke that I made. No one. It was maybe
what
too much.
music festival?
I don't know, some fucking EDM thing, and like Hamas paraglided in and killed like 300 people. It's pretty shitty. But
Wait, what? Hold on.
Huh.
These are not the two different things?
no, this is part of it. They did like a shock and awe. So there've been
They attacked a
fights.
music festival?
A music festival and like took people hostage and women, children. It's not good. But the point is that is Hamas. That is not regular Palestinian folks. And anyway,
I like red pepper hummus.
you're going on
That's
with the
my
hummus joke.
favorite.
It worked
Yeah.
once.
Oh, it's going to keep
but
going.
when you keep trying.
What's your favorite hummus?
So actually, Jeremy and my first date was at the Lebanese
It's so
place
easy
that I
to
worked.
get you off of What's your favorite? So me and Jeremy, we go to this.
But truly, actually, it's a really good memory. So our first date.
It's so easy.
Actually, our first date was at a Lebanese place.
This
so
is the problem with, I think, all of us that are alive right now. We're too easily distracted.
I am distracted.
You were literally talking about something that you seem passionate about, that you were like, this is a real thing that sucks that's going on, and it's something that, you know, it's huge in the world.
Yeah, but you
And then
mocked me because you're like, this is a comedy podcast.
I know, I made a quick joke, and then you go, me and Jeremy went to this hummus place. It was pretty.
By the way,
Anyways, that's what's wrong with us
Mark-
because everything shitty is happening, and then I scroll to the next video, and it's a fucking dog.
Are you
Just
high?
doing something funny. No, not at all. I would like to be.
No. So we actually should. We said we should get high before one of the episodes and have it be our high episode because I feel like neither of us do it a ton, so it'd be kind of funny.
I've been high a couple times on this podcast.
Well, for sure.
Twice,
We've all
at
noticed. But I do think that, like, if maybe you're back on it, but it seems like sometimes I feel like you're happier and more giddy, not on antidepressants.
Well,
Or at least more,
energetic.
yeah.
You know what it is? I think I just took a shower before you came over. So I'm like a dog when you give it a bath. I got the zoomies.
Yeah, do
You know? I
that
got the
next time.
zooms.
Take a cold shower. We'll both do ice plunges before the next
I'll
episode.
do an ice plunge. I've always wanted to. I keep looking them up, and then they're so expensive, and I'm like, why are they so expensive?
No.
It's just a container with.
Not cryotherapy, an actual
No,
old
I
school
know.
ice plunge. Like I'm from
I
Chicago.
got a big bathtub.
There were 90-year-old men that would go into the fucking Lake Michigan when it was like in the middle of the
Oh, yeah.
winter, and immerse themselves in the water.
Have you ever fallen through the ice?
No,
I have.
Do I look athletic? Like I'd be out in the
I
nature
don't know.
doing things?
You don't have to be athletic to fall through the ice.
Why would I be near ice?
I don't know.
I did ski.
You're doing an ice plunge, you know, maybe you're just talking about it.
Yeah, I'm impressed by people that do it. I'm impressed by a lot of people that do things I can't do.
I'll do it. I'll do it if you do it. I've been in the cold water
Where
before.
in Houston are we going to ice plunge?
Well, we could do it in my backyard.
Also,
Check this out. This is what we do it.
how many times does Andrew have ideas on this podcast, and
And we
then I
never do it.
text
Yeah.
him, and
Let's
he's
do it.
like, "I'm."
I have a
busy."
pool. We wait until January or February when it does get cold, but it's not going to freeze, but it will be 30-degree water, or well, it won't be 30 30, it'll be like 40-degree water.
It's
and that's pretty
way
much
harder than
40.
you think.
I've done it.
You sounded like that was a lie.
I have done a legit ice plunge one time. There's video.
Wait,
I can
actually
prove
say
it.
it again and look me in the eye when you
And
say it.
then I one time saved a dog that fell through the ice and I jumped in. That's true. I got witnesses. 8 people saw it happen. It was my dog. Fell through the ice in a pond.
It's more believable
And
that it's your dog.
And you know what happened? It was, I wouldn't save someone else's dog. That's crazy.
Stupid dog.
No, I would. But it just had like ear surgery because it had like weird, like it was a lab and it like shook its head a lot or something and busted like a vessel. So it had like draining things in its ears, just to like drain.
Did it
I
have
don't
the
know.
cone on?
And it had a cone on, and that's why it couldn't get out because it fell through. So the cone was like going, like it was having a hard time swimming. It's a lab; it knows how to swim, But it had the cone on when it fell through because she was a fatty. And then I saw it happening, and I just ran out there without thinking. I just ran to my dog as fast as I could, and I just fell right through with the dog. But then, it wasn't a huge pond, but it was big enough where I was able to swim and like elbow it down all the way to the shore.
Because ice is hard to break.
Oh yeah,
too.
I had blood like on my elbows and stuff. Nothing crazy, but I was like chopping. I was probably 15, 16 at the time.
This is the coolest story I've ever heard.
I know, right?
Doesn't that make him sound like a superhero? He's like
I saved
bleeding
a
on the
dog.
ice,
Oh,
and
yeah.
he saved a sweet dog that had a cone on its head.
Yeah. And then I
This is the first time I've seen you as like a good person.
well, this will also be the last time. I ran, we're in the snow, there's snow everywhere, and I ran inside, however far away that was. And my dog and I are inside, and I'm like, I was freezing so bad, and I wasn't thinking clearly.
And then it died.
No, it died later. But I wasn't thinking, and I was like, I gotta warm up. I'm so cold. I was shaking. I was
it's
freezing,
dangerous,
right? And so I was like panicked. Titanic was big at the time, so I really thought I had a minute to live. And I turned on the hot shower. I just turned it on hot, and I jumped in. And that was the biggest mistake of my life. That hurt so bad.
It hurt so much.
It felt like fucking knives stabbing me in every place I had.
You should
It
know
was
from
the
upstate New York
worst.
that's like.
I was a kid though. I didn't know any better.
Yeah, I remember that tingly feeling, like of even just coming in from the cold into a warm house, and my it felt like little stabs in your body.
Yeah,
like,
you just like 60 degrees feels like it's 100 degrees.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I did an actual ice plunge. Me and Mark Norman did when we were in Montana. We went to a hot spring, and they had hot springs. This was in the middle of winter. They had hot springs, they had a cold plunge, and then they had like different temperatures you could try out. And one of them was just like there wasn't actual ice in it, but it was temperatured the same as like the outside, and it was middle of winter, and there was fucking snow everywhere. It was cold as shit. It was exhilarating. It was like whoa, whoa.
Actually, I have really good memories. The closest I've gotten to it is like being. Because we used to ski a lot, and being in the hot tub at this place we used to ski, and then getting out and rolling in the snow and jumping back
Hell
in
yeah,
the
we
hot
used to do
tub.
that shit
So
all the time
fun.
as a kid.
Yeah. It is exhilarating. It does give you energy.
Yeah.
We should take a cold shower every. Ben? That sounded weird.
Ben, we should take a cold shower together.
Before every podcast.
You just pulled a Jim from The Office. You popped in to
Just
do
for
a
a
Jim
face.
from The Office. Yeah. We used to do that. Me and my friends, we had a hot tub. We were very poor growing up, but this is weird. There was 1 year of my life we were not poor, which is bizarre, right? My mom inherited a bunch of money.
And you got a private sauna.
And no. And this is what happened. My mom inherited roughly $350,000, something like that, right?
Right.
Well, she spent it all in 1 year. She bought like 3 cars. She bought a house, but didn't pay for the whole house. She just bought it and made some payments on it. And then she bought like a pool and a hot tub, right? So we had that all for 1 year, and I was like, when did we get rich? This is awesome. It was pretty cool. And
Memorable year.
then I realized the next year we were on welfare again, and we were just broke. But we had nice stuff, but we had no money at all.
You're slowly selling it.
Yeah. Oh no, it was sad because my mom had like 3 cars, right? She had like a badass Tahoe, she had like a Mazda Miata, and then some real shitty like pickup truck but it was all brand new, right? And then I remember this is how I realized how poor we were getting is because she would trade in her cars every year. usually when you trade in a car, you get a nicer car or a newer car. We would be trading in cars for shittier cars. So we went from 3 new cars to eventually we had like a 1985 fucking like conversion van that we used to drive in.
Were you at the
And
age
so-
you noticed that now, or did you notice when you were that age?
I noticed it. I was in like I would have been like 13, 14, 15, 16 during this whole process. So I was figuring it out then, you know. But did I learn the specifics of my mom inheriting over $300,000 at that age? No, I didn't learn that till I was an adult. But
Not that this is like your mom, but did you have those friends that were like, they started doing drugs or something, and then like you knew when they were like hard up for cash? Because this was like back when everybody was posting on Facebook. This was like before Instagram and all that shit. And you knew when they were hard up, they'd start selling their personal items on Facebook.
I sell my personal shit on Facebook all the time.
But I mean, like things that they needed. They're like, my coffee table is for sale. It's like, oh, they're back on drugs again. They're selling the coffee table
We don't
again.
need a coffee table, all right? Yeah, no. You know what? Upstate New York, I realized when my friends started getting into drugs pretty bad, and as like a younger, you know, a late teen, early 20s guy, I smoked a lot of weed.
I did the most drugs in high school,
you know,
more than college.
I did I did the occasional, you know,
Best drug ever. Don't ever
it's
do
my least
it.
favorite of all the drugs.
For real?
Yeah, I hate it. It's not good. To me, it was always just a thing that we did. When the first time I ever did it, we just did it without drinking. We literally all went in on a bag, and then we all tried it in college, you know? And then we just all were like hyper and aggressive for like the day, you know? It just wasn't good.
I've never felt more attractive, more loved, more
What drug are you talking about?
coke.
Okay.
Fucking loved it.
No, not me. I did not. I still don't. I don't do it. But it always did this to me. To me, it was a means to sober up a little bit so I could keep drinking. So it was more like, hey, I want to do some cocaine so I can keep hanging out and drinking with my friends.
Yes, it does
And
help
so that's
with
all
that,
it
too.
was. And then I'd wake up with the worst hangovers in the world, and I realized that I was only doing it to drink more. And so then I just kind of figured out how not to do that.
I didn't do it that often. I did it. I always joke I can count on my fingers and toes. So like less than 20 times I did it. I didn't feel the need to do it every weekend, but when I did it, it did help me stay awake. And I notice now, like I can't. I'm always like, how the fuck do people stay awake? Like in Vegas, people are staying awake like from whenever they start drinking till I'm like, clearly they're on drugs, right?
Yeah, that's pretty nuts.
I can't stay awake till 5 a.m.
Well, and I can stay awake in Vegas. You can stay awake because
Yeah, but my body's dead after 5 days.
They pump the oxygen into the casinos and stuff, and that keeps you awake. So like time goes by quicker, and there's like the casinos are all laid out where when you're gambling, they're usually not by a place with a window nearby, and if they are, they're super tinted, so you can't see if it's light or dark outside. It's all like the casinos are set up a certain way to get people at the tables drinking. You're not supposed to look at your phone, right? To see what time it is, you know, when you're at the tables. So you'll sit there and then it'll be fucking 8 a.m. and you're like, where the fuck did the time go? And they're like, yep. There's no clocks in a casino either.
I think if I was single tomorrow, I would have 2 extra hours in me every night. That's it. And I'd still be to bed pretty early. You know what I'm saying? Like I think the energy of being like, I'm single, I'm alone, I don't want to go to bed, but it may be 2 hours, an hour and a half. Like I just don't know where the energy comes from. Like even if you're drinking, like
I don't
it's a
sleep well.
depressant.
Yeah.
No, I go back. By the way, every night in Vegas, I went back to my room and I was awake for 2 hours.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to be in pajamas, like cozy. But when I'm even happy or sad, I feel like if I have a stimulating day, I don't sleep
Yeah.
because I'm a spaz.
I'm not a sleeper. I wish I was. I was in high school, but now I'm not good at it.
When I was little, I would avoid it, and now I like. What about weed? So that's the only time I take an edible. Now I take an edible a couple nights a week to sleep.
I'll do it to sleep, but now I'm on medicine to sleep. I
That
got
stuff
some
is
pills.
addictive as fuck.
Well, it's funny to me. It's funny because they're like, I was like, I'm having a hard time sleeping. We're gonna prescribe you this. It's anxiety medicine, but a side effect is it makes you sleepy. And then I realized I was like, you just give people anxiety medicine, and all it does is make you sleep.
Wait, you
That's
have
all it is.
anxiety medicine? That actually,
That's not stopping me from getting going.
that was
That makes
the
me sleep
best
pretty
thing.
well.
I'm grateful that I don't have an addictive personality, like I said, but that I was prescribed before a procedure, an anti-anxiety medic. Like it was one pill before the procedure, and I've never felt so amazing in my whole fucking life. I was like, thank God they prescribed me one, because this is the best I've ever felt in my life. Better than, and I was alone going into a surgery. Like better than I've felt at any party ever.
Huh.
It was amazing.
I
Kids, don't do drugs.
Last procedure thing I had, they gave me a Valium.
That's what it was.
And I remember being like, yeah, man.
I
was like, you guys can do whatever, dude.
It was the best.
Yeah. They're like, this is the thing. They're like, when we do this, we're gonna have to stick a tube down your throat for breathing and stuff. And they're like, you can be awake while we do it. It'll be fine.
I hope nobody under 18 listens to this.
And they did a bunch of things to my throat. And then, I know.
What?
Here's the thing. I think they fucked up and they didn't tell me. This is what happened, right?
You guys,
they put a tube down my
he woke
throat.
up and they were just like, he's like, my throat feels funny. And they
No.
were like, we just did a bunch of stuff to your throat. Don't worry, dude.
They were like, you can be awake during this. It'll be fine. I go, okay, cool. And I was like, you sure you don't want to put me to sleep? They're like, no, it's fine. And I was like, okay. And then this is what happened. They put a thing down my throat, and one of them was suctioning shit and doing stuff too. And then I remember nothing because I was super high on Valium, and I think I passed out, but I think they did the tube wrong for a little bit because when I woke up, I had broken blood vessels everywhere. I was choking. Like, because you get broken blood vessels around your eyes when you're literally out of oxygen, right? Like
And there were all these frat guys there, and they're like, you're in surgery.
I ran out of oxygen. I passed out, and then I woke up, and they're like, you're all done. And I was like, oh. And then I looked at my eyes. I was like, what the fuck? I look like a zombie. And then they're like, usually people don't pass out like you did. I go, huh.
Andrew.
What?
This is some, you just told like a suppressed assault story.
I was in a hospital. Yeah, I've seen a few porns that take place in hospitals, and I don't think I'm in any of them, unfortunately.
I'm just going to let that sink in.
Would you ever do a porn if you weren't
No.
married?
No, even if genuinely.
What is the money?
I'm very.
All right, like if there's no amount.
No.
A mil.
Oh, no.
A million?
No, not even at all.
2 million.
I have
Hold on.
issues, but they're not. I really don't.
$5 million.
You could say 100 million.
Okay, check this out. Okay, it's not money. You solve world hunger.
No,
you
I
have
don't
to make
care
one
about people.
porn.
I don't care about anyone.
What? You wouldn't to solve all of world hunger. World peace becomes a thing if Jamie
No,
Rowan
we're all gonna
does
die.
a DP.
No, we're all gonna die.
Wow.
No,
You're
fuck everyone.
selfish, dude. That's what you won't even. You'd only have to fuck one person.
I'm gonna really lean into the unlikable thing on this podcast. Fuck
Wow.
all y'all.
I would.
The people who love me get it.
I'd do it for $500.
I'm sure you would. You do it for free.
Maybe not
You'd
500.
pay someone.
I will say, someone throws out fucking end world hunger, I'll fucking blow Ben right now on this
I already
camera.
know what your porn would be. You just like take a Valium and then you wake up with a sore throat.
Oh man.
I'm trying to think like what I would do it for. I guess if I could become like the funniest, most.
You wouldn't do it to end world hunger, but if you could become the funniest, you would. Wow.
What am I supposed to lie? Am I supposed to lie on here? Am I supposed to be my genuine self?
Wow. No, be your genuine self.
If I could,
No matter how
if I
bad it
could
is.
end world hunger with the combination of and everyone would be happy, that's different to me. Because just being
Okay, everyone gets to be happy.
okay, then I would.
Then you would do it. All right. What about this? What if you were allowed to say the N word? Would you do it?
I think you want to paint me as
You
that.
should say no right away.
I have a lot of issues, but that's not a thing I want.
I would never paint you as that.
Yeah, you would.
No.
You've done it
No.
every episode.
You paint your face for Halloween like that, dude.
Okay.
Old Jamie Blackface is what they call you. I'm kidding. Are you excited about Halloween? You got your costume yet? Mine's sitting in my Amazon cart.
I ordered my costume, but the fake tits, even the
you didn't even. They don't know what you're gonna be.
Oh, well,
I know what you're gonna be.
No,
Yeah.
they do.
they do. We talked about it.
Unless we don't want them to.
Well, I can also switch it because the fake tits are very expensive.
They're not that much. I did some
I found
research.
the cheapest ones I found will not match my skin tone, but I can still get them.
You can get some cover up.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
can do it.
but it's surprising. Like if you want to get decent
Like
ones, like if
$50
you're yes
on Amazon.
on Amazon, it's like I even found ones for $39.99 was
Didn't
the cheapest
trust
I
them.
found.
I looked at the reviews.
But if you're like trans and you want a good set of titties, like it's
Hundreds.
expensive.
Hundreds of
Yeah, I
dollars,
found
yeah.
ones that were like $300.
Yeah, don't get those.
Yeah, no, the prize was $100.
Is that what we were doing? $100?
I think you give me 100 if people like mine better. I give you 100 if people like yours better.
Oh man, this is gonna be fun.
Yeah,
I need the money.
but people are gonna
Trying to
like
sell my
yours
coffee
better
table
because
right
like
now.
here's
You
what
don't
I
even know what I'm
realized.
gonna be.
No, I do.
No, you have no idea.
Here's the thing:
I told you I might do something.
if we both try to do a hot thing, I'll look like a desperate girl trying to be liked, and you'll look funny.
That's not necessarily true.
So
and
you'll
also,
win.
Also, I need to remind you,
Maybe I'll dress as a
our
man.
biggest clip is when we were talking about you licking your tits,
That's true.
and it was a lot of fucking creeps started following the podcast. So I think you have the edge in whatever you are.
But it'd be
you
more-
could just come here, be shirtless, and you're like, I'm Bert Kreischer, and then they would be like, Jamie
it would be
wins."
more humorous
those
if I was a
mosquito bites.
dude.
Huh?
I think it'd be just more humorous if I do like a humorous thing, not a sexy thing.
Do whatever you want to do.
Yeah, now I'm like double thinking everything.
Yeah.
But I did want
I'm in
to
your
know.
fucking head, Jamie. That's what I was trying to do.
But I did want to know how I genuinely, just for myself, not for anyone else out there, but I just wanted to know. That's why I was looking at the good ones because I wanted to know what it would feel like to have tits.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like
You
just
want
for
to touch mine?
just for a day, right?
You want to hold mine?
Can we start a GoFundMe to buy me the fancy tits?
No, I'm not buying you tits.
Not you, for people out there. Has this podcast just become us fighting like an old
Bullying.
married couple?
No, I would never marry you.
I feel like since the roast, we've really just been fighting. We need to stop fighting.
We're not. Are we fighting? Do you feel attacked?
Uh-huh.
I'm sorry. I never meant to do that. I hope people don't listen. I know I don't listen to this podcast, but if I did, I hope people don't listen to it and they go, Andrew's just being mean to Jamie all the time. Do you think people are thinking that?
I don't know. Can we talk about something juicy? I don't know if we're allowed to talk about it.
Let's see.
Can we talk about Secret Group?
Yeah, what's juicy about Secret Group?
What's going on there?
What do you mean?
I don't know. What do I
You
mean?
got I don't know. You got questions? I'll help you.
Are there some changes?
What's changing?
Staff changes?
I mean, a little bit, but not really. We just
Alright.
got a new manager. That's not fun. No one wants to hear about that.
You're a businessman.
Yeah,
You're
no, but we got listeners in Australia and all over the country.
Yeah, but
they
like
don't even know that this
but
place
they want to
is.
know about business. We're here to teach about business. This is going to be a business podcast.
They want to know the funny business.
the 5 Keys to Success by
Oh.
Andrew
If someone would
Youngblood.
give me, someone could give me 2 of them, I think I could get by. But
It's just you in a suit. I've never seen you in a suit. It's just you in a suit.
I
like,
can wear a suit.
with your like posing with your
I'll send you a
chin.
picture of me in a suit this week.
like a you legitimately are in a tie and like
I'm a groomsman.
oh yeah.
Oh yeah, it's probably an ugly ass suit though. I don't know.
You approve of the wifey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've known her for a long time.
Good
They've
person.
been together forever.
I know she's a babe. I remember her. She was a bartender
She was? No, she
at
wasn't.
Secret.
No, she wasn't.
She definitely
com-
did shifts as a bartender.
I think she may have like hopped and helped once or twice, but I don't think she ever did shifts as a bartender.
That girl has given me a tequila OJ for sure.
I think you're confusing 2 girls that kind of looked alike.
Oh.
Yeah. Both white, both blonde hair. One was covered in tattoos, the other
Feminist.
one wasn't. So
Icon.
and they're very different people. So I don't know. Yeah, you're wrong. I'm right. Sorry.
What are you gonna do in the UK? Anything special?
Well,
you gonna go see Big Ben?
I hopped on a couple shows. I might go to a sex club just to check it out. I don't know.
Oh yeah, we talked about this.
Yeah.
The box, you got to do it.
I had some friends give me some suggestions. You know what's funny is I asked around about doing some shows, and I joined this UK comedy group, And this guy's like, I'll get you on the show. Send me an email. Love to have you, blah, blah, blah. And then I had 3 different people message me, don't do this guy's shows. They're the worst shows in the world.
It's always like the person that's way too eager.
Oh, the eager beaver is the worst type of beaver.
It's very much, it's the same even with like dating, but also, yeah, whenever you reach out to someone in a different city and they want to give you stage time aggressively and they don't know anything about you, it's like you go from being excited to being like,
yeah.
something's off.
Yeah, for sure.
You don't know me.
For sure, but maybe they looked at your Instagram. They say, I got clips and stuff. Sometimes I like to think that,
You think anyone's putting that much effort in? No one's thinking
so.
about
I think some people are. I also usually post, if I'm in a group, I'll be like, hey guys, I'm coming to town. I'd love to hop on some shows. Here's my Instagram. Here's the YouTube link. Let me know.
What's this guy's story? Is he a neo-Nazi? What's happening?
No, they didn't. They just said they were awful shows. And I was like, here's the deal. If I'm doing shows in London, they better be good shows because I'm in London. I don't want to waste my time doing
it's
shitty
better for
bar
the pod.
gigs.
Shitty shows are funny.
No, I'd rather go fucking experience the whole London thing. I want to drink with some old men at a pub.
For sure, you can do that.
I want to get drunk and talk to them with their accent and see if I can do it. I can't. It's going to be bad. They're going to fight me. I'm very excited. I'm getting more excited.
To me, what you're describing sounds more like Ireland. For some reason in my head, even though England, like London, is like so fancy.
I always wanted to call it London Town. I don't know why. What's
London
wrong with
Town. I feel cheerio, old London Town.
Going to London Town.
And I feel like you go to Claridge's to the hotel bar and you drink a whiskey, my dear boy. You drink a.
I'm staying at a really English hotel called the Holiday Inn.
Dude, are you really?
No, it's a slightly nicer one, but it's like a Hilton Garden Inn Marriott
like
or some Marriott something. No, it's a basic. It's something that I had.
No, the Movenpick is like the Holiday Inn.
I think it was something
Europe.
that was like a Bonvoy Marriott. I didn't use the points, but I wanted the points for the.
Do you get a free breakfast?
Yeah, I actually do get a free breakfast.
I want
pretty nice.
Try a Scotch egg if they have one.
A Scotch egg,
and then report back.
What is a Scotch egg?
I'll look it up. But those, I think I've had one.
Isn't it?
I feel like I might have had one too.
I want to say what I think it is, and then
like a eggs Benedict.
No, I think it's like a meat loaf with an egg in the center.
It's like a hash, I think.
Yeah,
it's like a hash with an egg in the middle. I could be wrong.
Hash is potato.
I've had a Scotched egg before, I think.
Eggs are one of those things that I hated as a child and I'm obsessed with now. I eat egg nonstop.
This is wild. I'm going out of town. I got like 24 eggs that are going to go bad. You want them?
I have no eggs, so I could really use them.
I'll give you a couple of my eggs, dude. I can't promise that anything's going to come from them.
Do you get that? Because
you're
I don't
barren.
have eggs.
Barren. Look at that. Yeah, I've definitely had one of those.
Yeah, it's a meatloaf, right? That's meat.
That's not meatloaf.
That's not potato. That's not potato, though. Hash is potato.
No,
it's
corned beef hash.
It's like herbed meat, around
it's like
a hard-boiled egg.
Sausage, yeah.
Yeah, that looks pretty good. I would do that. Do you think eggs Benedict is a thing that's better there? Benedict sounds. I'm dumb, but Benedict does sound a little European, right?
I love eggs Benedict, but it's one of those things. There are a lot of things I love that I don't eat. And that's one of those things.
I love eggs Benedict. It's my favorite breakfast.
No,
my go-to breakfast.
I love it, but I don't eat it.
Why? Your head?
It's not. It's like makes me feel fat.
What's so unhealthy about it?
It's like egg and like creamy sauce and bread, and it's like heavy.
It's usually an English muffin, which is like pretty light bread.
My dad used to eat English muffins, so I have a place in my heart for English muffins, but it's very heavy.
Wow. You know what? If you ate them, I wonder if your dad would still be alive today.
He would be so fucking old. My dad would be in terrible shape. I always think about that. Like, if you could live forever, would you if you were like still old? Like, no.
I want to be out at 65.
That is so soon. No, you don't.
It's not that soon.
Andrew.
Listen, that is 27 years from now.
You don't want to see your kids' kids?
First of all, I have 27 years.
It's hard to imagine now, but that little cutie over there is going to be getting someone pregnant, and you don't want to see your grandkid.
He'll probably do it before he's 33.
No, but you want
Not
to
everyone's like you.
no, but on it, responsible and smart.
And barren.
You're right.
Barren.
Yeah, but you know what? I am starting to get to the point where I genuinely, I'll always be sad about that. That this is just the truth. It fucking sucks. But like my life is so much better than like I actually have mom friends that like can't do anything.
Yeah. No, it's tough.
It sucks.
Yeah. I agree.
Like they can never. It just changes like your whole.
It does.
This sounds so obvious to have people who have kids. They're like, shut the fuck up. But it sucks, kind of.
It doesn't suck. It's different. And there are parts that suck about it, but it doesn't suck as a whole.
Yeah.
It's wonderful as a whole.
Yes. It's just like a relationship. It's like, it's hard, but worth it if it's good. It's just like, I think anything that's really great in life, this is like the annoying thing about life, is like anything that's amazing takes like effort and time. And if you're just like completely selfish, you'll be unhappy. Like I feel like, yeah, it's amazing, but it's also really fucking hard and bad in a lot of ways. Maybe this is a coping mechanism, but it just feels.
I think there are hard parts of it, and there are hard things about it, but it's a great thing overall, and there's more good than bad out of it. You miss out on things sometimes,
and also you also could have a good kid. Some people have really shit. I was a shit kid.
Yeah, well, I would argue that, I got I got 2 kids, and
I know. I already
sometimes
know your
one's
feelings.
better than the other, and it's tough, and there are moments, but even the one that is sometimes a challenge, I look back and we have some moments that were beautiful, when we went fishing and we caught fish together.
Yeah, but you could have one of those beautiful moments when you're 67,
turtle,
Andrew.
Do you know
what I'm saying?
No.
Yes, you could have that turtle catching moment when you're 67. With your adult son who's able to appreciate you
He's
more.
He's going to be, all right, so my oldest one will be
They'll appreciate you so much more.
That's 20. He'll be 41.
Yes, he'll appreciate you. He'll get it. He'll have been through some shit.
He's not.
You don't want to miss out on that. In fact, one of the things I occasionally get super emotional when I see adorable families. I told you about the like dads on my Instagram feed or whatever that are cute with their kids, but even cuter than like little kids. One of the times where I just randomly got emotional during a dinner was, I remember on vacation during the holidays, there were like parents that they must have been like 70 adult parents with their adult kids. Clearly, like they went on holiday together because they wanted to, and the adult kids like made the effort and were like, no, we don't want to go do this or that anymore. We appreciate you now. They probably bought their own tickets, and they're all at dinner together, like cheersing, laughing. They're all drinking alcohol. They're all making probably adult jokes, and they finally get to have that like adult friendship with each other. It was the coolest thing I've ever seen, and I got so emotional because I was like, I don't really want a baby, but I want that. Whatever that is that's happening.
I don't know, man. I've never had that with my family.
Yeah,
but
I've had that with my
with my aunt. I've gone out, we've had beers, we've had a good time and partied together. But I also, when I was married, I was in a family that was kind of like that, But we'd all go out to dinner together, and then they'd all grab hands and start to pray. And I was like, "We're at fucking Red Robin, dude. Why are we doing this? Can't do it." We should take a question. Ben, what do we got?
All right, we got a good one. I just want to say that I agree with this person, and
Ben secretly.
I just want to hear y'all's take, but I gotta say, like, I can identify with this. Are y'all ready?
You can identify because it's you.
I wish I was the strong-willed. No.
All right, let's hear this.
Here we go. My friend of a long time, nearly 12 years now, has recently been mentioning her weight a lot. She says things like, I'll get fat, towards eating the smallest of foods, or I'm too big, which can be taken a few ways, but in context, she's mostly just trying to say she's fat. I don't know what defines overweight, average size, or skinny, but she's definitely not overweight, and I'm wondering how to deal with this topic. I feel like I'm in no place to be telling her to seek professional help, and I don't want to be a jerk and say stop bringing this up, because she might actually be struggling a lot. But whenever she says any of those phrases, which is a daily thing now, it really just kills the good mood. I want to know how I can support this friend without coming off as an insensitive or rude.
Interesting. Who's strong-willed in that though? I'm confused on your build up to that. But
Everyone
That was confusing. I'll admit.
everyone is so sensitive nowadays. If
well, this
you
is a tough thing. I feel like you can relate to this. I can relate to
100.
this. You know, we both have our own different. She's too skinny. I'm too fat.
but I think
you
we
know?
think about food the same amount. You and I.
Yeah, and you know, and I think it is tough. You know, and also as like a bigger person, sometimes I think it's a little tough to hear
By the
someone.
way, you're not big compared to people who are actually.
But was I
have a
40
problem.
pounds ago? Yeah, I was.
No. Even then, not compared to people who actually have a problem. And like I was, like ill. There was a
Yeah.
point where I was like very not okay
For sure.
and annoying to be around.
But I understand like a struggle where, especially if it's someone who is obviously in shape or like good and they're like, I'm so fat. And I'm like, bitch, I just went up 5 sizes, you know? And so there is that where I've struggled, you know, I was like, this is so annoying. But this also, a comic told me this once. And I think that this, I can kind of relate if you stick with me for a second, right? And so you ever see a comic go up and they bomb, right?
I thought you might go up in weight. I was like, I can think of
No,
one
of
right
course.
now.
Yeah. No,
He's funnier now.
a comic, they go up and they bomb. And then they get off and they're like, I killed. And you see and they're like, hell yeah, dude.
A man.
And you're like, what the fuck? How did they think they killed, you know? And I was talking to an older comic, Andy Huggins, who when we were talking about this, I was like, I don't understand that. And he put it in perspective for me. He goes, that person has never killed before. That's the best that person's ever done. So for them, they don't know what a whole crowd laughing sounds like. They know what 7 people laughing are. And guess what? Maybe today they got 8 people laughing. And so that is the hardest that's the best they've ever done. So in their brain, they killed. So then I'm trying to relate this is because maybe that's the biggest they've ever been. So for them, they're like, well, I'm fat now because this is the biggest I've ever been. Does that make sense? Because
You're
I know
comparing a happy thing to a sad thing, but yes.
Well, I know when I was at my largest, you know, I felt like a fat double lard, you know, and I think a lot of people looked at me and they weren't like, that dude's like a monster. I didn't think people thought that. But to me, I was like,
you live in the US,
I'm so
like
fucking
you've seen fat people.
Yes, I know.
You've seen it. You like those people have seen funny people. So that's why I'm like, whenever I see
different
people
when
who
you're on
have no
stage.
context, like even like my levels are, I want to kill myself. I don't want to kill myself. I
Well,
think
you should not live in the extremes.
I think you should have some like awareness of what's around you. My point being like with funniness, like how does anybody who's not the best think they killed? And I get, my husband always says, you want perfect. Like you never appreciate good enough because you always want perfect. So I guess that's my issue. But like, I can't, even if I was Dave Chappelle, I can't imagine ever saying I killed. That's just not in my nature. And so I'm like, don't you have awareness of people around you? So the same thing with like you feeling fat. It's like, but you live in the world. You see other Americans. Like,
But that doesn't change anything about how you feel.
yeah, you can feel a
You know
certain
what I
way.
mean?
I just would never
You
verbalize.
felt fat before? Not in a million years, not in your entire life have you ever been fat. I can guarantee that.
Yeah, like even so, I could tell you my heaviest weight to the number
What was it?
127.
Exactly. Yeah. That's your unless it was when you were 4 years old, then you were never fat. You've always
I know, but like I isolated myself. That's it makes me wonder about this specific person. We should talk about them. It makes me wonder about this specific person, and this might be still my illness speaking, but like if they're out and doing things with friends and complaining about it, like are they still eating? Or is it to the point where it's concerning? Because like when I was at my worst point in my issue, I isolated myself from people. I wouldn't even go anywhere where it might come up, right? Because I didn't want people to know. I dressed in baggy clothing. Like it's only when I started appreciating my body more that I'd like wear a crop top or like go out to dinner with friends. So like if it's starting to control and change their life, then and you're really concerned, then you shouldn't be afraid. You should absolutely, if you're a good friend, say the hard thing. It's not about respect, disrespect. If you're worried about life or death, which that can be, you say something no matter what.
I don't.
Even if you're going to hurt their feelings. But if this person is just like out and saying, "Oh, I feel kind of chubby," and they're still
Yeah.
out having a good time eating nachos with you, just get drunk, tell them they're annoying, laugh about it, make a joke about it. That's what I feel like comics would do, or like just, rib them in a nice way, but like it'll stick in their head if they're like not shutting the fuck up about it. I want to know when I'm being annoying. You'll
Yeah,
tell me.
I
That's why I
don't-
like you.
I don't know if I don't think you need to tell this person anything, because the way you said it is that now they say that they're fat once or twice a day, right? Like they're bringing it up every time I see them. But they just say it. They're like, "Hey, it sounded like you guys are going to get donuts," and then they're like, I can't have this. It'll make me fat. I just get fat easy." Who cares? Whatever. It's just a quick thing. Move on. Unless it's something you're talking about nonstop. I don't know if you need to address it. Let
don't know
them,
if
let
it's
them deal with
annoying.
let them deal with their own insecurities. You
Yeah,
know?
but this person
or
is
just tell
also
them, "Hey,
trying
you're
to-
not that fat. Come on, maybe." But that's also maybe they're fishing for that, and you're not wanting to give them that because, maybe they're fishing for.
Maybe this person has their own thing though, and they want to enjoy the donuts, and this is ruining their enjoyment of the donuts. I'd be like, I think you can make a funny, light-hearted, like, "Hey, bro, just because you don't want it, don't." I'm enjoying the donuts.
I wonder if my advice changes. Depending
Donut,
on,
keep bringing it up.
podcast is over. Thank you. No. I wonder if my advice changes if I would like. This is weird, but I would like to know the weight.
You like
of
that
each
a little
one-
bit?
of
You're
each-
laughing now.
Yeah, I would like to know the weight of each of these people. Right?
It's terrible
Because
that
it would
we-
annoy me if it was a skinny person and whoever wrote in was a little bit of a larger person, and then the skinny person's like, "Oh, I'm so fat. Oh my god," and I'm like, "Come on, man, you're fat. Look at me."
Or what if
Like-
what if the person complaining about it is obese?
I know, that's what I'm saying. That would annoy me, and I would say, I'd be like, "Come on, dude, what the fuck? Shut up," But
Actually, what if they're obese
but what
and
if it's
this
the
person is
opposite? What
wanting?
if they're skinnier and the other one is a little bit bigger, and then they're just being like, they're not that fat, but they are bigger, and so it's a little different.
Yeah, there's so many more details that we need on this, Ben. And I'm also confused by your little speech. Whose side? Like,
He confused himself. I think he was just blurting stuff out.
Yeah, I might have. I was just saying, like, it's cool that they got annoyed enough to reach out. Where I have definitely gotten super annoyed at a skinny friend that's been skinny. I'm not gonna say his or her whole life, and they're just every time.
Jamie.
No,
Jamie,
not you, Jamie. Every time we would hang out, it was like habitual. They would like grab their stomach. Look at this extra, and it's like, my God, dude, you've been skinny your whole life, and so okay, I already outed him. But yeah, so it's like it's annoying, and so I kept my mouth shut and I didn't say anything because I was just annoyed.
and strong-willed.
But and that's the thing is that I didn't feel the need to address it. But it annoyed the shit
were
out of
you
me.
concerned about him? Like, was it
Hell
a health
no.
issue?
Well, yeah, because
Was he too skinny?
this person would eat whatever they wanted.
Okay, that's different. This
Their
is
whole
not an
life,
anorexic
they would
man.
just eat whatever they wanted their whole life. And then they're in their late, years saying, "Oh, now I'm gaining weight."
Is
And
this
it's
an
like-
attractive person?
Yes.
Generally? Okay, so I will say, as the poster child for like unlikableness and first world problems that no one can relate to, I will say, like, it is a very lonely feeling to your problems are real to you, right? So like you might think his insecurity is stupid, but it doesn't change the fact that he genuinely feels it. And maybe he was told his whole life that his value lies in his attractiveness. Not his funniness, not his intellect, not his heart, not his whatever. And this is me projecting a little
I
bit.
think we just learned a little bit about Jamie's
But
mom.
like your value lies in your attractiveness. And once you lose that, whether it's because of age, because of weight, because of whatever, your value in the world to everyone is less. So it might be so real to him. And I'm sure it's annoying to everyone else because everyone just sees this outside image of, oh, it's easy for you. But like, it may be so fucking real to him. And he might be that's a very lonely feeling. I'll just say that.
That makes sense. That's a good point.
It's a tough one.
No one's going to feel sorry for him. I don't even feel sorry for him. Even when I feel sorry for myself, I'm like, then I remember what my life is. And I'm like, shut the fuck up, you cunt. So I get it. I get it. It's annoying. But I'm just saying, like, if this is someone you love as a friend, like, whatever he's feeling is probably real to him, and maybe he does want the attention. Maybe he does want someone to respond by saying, "No, you're not," and that is gross. But it's
they could be fishing for a compliment, your friend and for this person.
Yeah,
and I think one problem I have with that is you're not doing the work if you're just waiting for somebody to be like, "Oh, don't worry about it." You know, it's like go to a gym, go do something that makes you feel better, but complaining and waiting for somebody to and compliment fishing is not hard work.
Yeah, those people, and me included, and the people need therapy. Like, people should be handling shit on their own. I just feel like that takes time and effort that some people aren't willing to put in. But I will say, like,
I feel like you guys are attacking me here.
it takes time. It takes time and effort. By the way, Andrew's lost 40 pounds.
Woo!
No, get out
He
of
looks
here.
so good.
We already
Sorry,
talked about it.
Yeah.
All my clothes are baggy now.
It's
fat,
like,
though.
I'm so proud of you.
Hey, I'm getting there. One more, well, a little bit longer. We'll see.
So I know, like, the like lighter eating part, but are you working out?
A little bit.
Yeah, it's like that. I feel like is the biggest thing for my like anxiety. I don't know if it's the same with depression, but for anxiety, like, working out is like, the best.
I don't know how much it helps me with that, but
It's like
but it's
meditation.
something to do. Get a little frustration out, I guess. But yeah,
What are you doing? Like, what's that thing that used to be popular in the
Taebo.
90s? Taebo.
I'm
yeah.
doing Taebo. Me and Billy Blanks, baby. Boom.
Where's
boom,
that
boom,
guy?
Boom. Boom. I gotta do. He died.
Oh,
I
fuck.
don't know if that's true. I just said that. He might have though. I don't know. He looked like Seal to me, but I can't remember. Didn't he? Kind of.
Ooh.
Kiss from a Rose Seal, not the animal.
You should do Jazzercise outfit for Halloween and Jazzercise.
I'm not telling you what my costume is, but I'm telling you right now I'm winning the contest. And that being said, you got anything to plug today?
Yeah. Come hang out with me at Andrew Schultz in Amsterdam.
Just promote his show.
No, he doesn't need any promotion. Fuck that guy. Fuck you, Andrew.
I will be in Omaha, Halloween weekend. Right before Halloween, the weekend before, I'll be in Omaha.
Like I said, the Midwest.
With TJ Miller. That's the end of. That's not soon. Anyways.
That is soon.
Okay. Whatever. And then.
Okay, I'm back on Jamie's side now.
Well, we were talking about Oklahoma. Whatever. Fuck everybody. Follow me at No Youngblood. Buy tickets to my special December 8th and 9th. And I'll be all over the place. I'm going to be posting a tour poster with all the dates and all the things.
Wait, no, I really do have shows. So please do follow me at jamierowancomedy.com and follow me at the Jamie Rowan. I have little shows. It always seems so little next to Andrew.
Who's so fat?
He's
All right, we got to get out of here. Remember to call in 832-744-9492.
Can we really emphasize that one more time? Say it together.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3.
Please, 832-744-9492.
I really hope people don't think it starts with 1, 2, 3.
We want to hear the sound of your voice. It's so much better. The voicemails, we miss them. We miss you. We love you. Please get
We can't
drunk.
get hard to emails.
We'll leave it anonymous if you want. Just call in.
Thanks so much. See you next time.
Bye.